All right, Jesus. It is raining, and we are headed out to the fucking desert because it's the best place to shoot. Basically, what I want to start out with is pure violence and saying that if you fucking have any opinion for firearms related stuff and you shoot purely at indoor ranges, you're wrong. So let's just throw it out there. Now, the other thing that's really awesome is it's actually fucking raining today, so that's going to be really good for this video. But today I'm going to ramble a little bit and talk about mounts, as I've done in the past, but this one's going to be a little bit longer. Been getting a lot of comments on an older video that I released about my 300 Blackout setup and why it is set up the way that it is. So today I'm actually going to fucking talk a little bit more about that in depth. And then, oh, try not to drop my shit, which I just did. So a lot of guys, you know, I'm a shit talker, so I'll be the first person to admit that, and Graves knows that as well. But when it comes time to talking about actual gun stuff, and you know, there's a lot of guys out there that get really upset when there's guys who have no credentials or whatever who actually shoot a lot, and you know, they have whatever rough opinions. I have plenty of rough opinions because I shoot a lot and I shoot a lot of different guns. When it comes to mounting stuff, and especially shooting 300 Blackout, there's a guy, and this is not even 300 Blackout related, but there is a dude, his company's called Veil Solutions. He was one of the first people to bring the offset double red dot setup to kind of the tactical space that I have seen personally. Shout out to that dude, because good dude, great shooter. I took a night vision class with him. Yeah, so anyways, currently right now my 300 Blackouts is my, what, I have a Comp M5 on that now? Yeah. So on my SIG Spear LT 9H 300 Blackout, I have a Comp M5 on a Castle 226, so it's tall as fuck, and even the Comp M5 makes it a little bit taller. And then I have an offset acro. I believe there's a P1 on there right now, because I may have switched it out to a P2, but either way I have an acro on the fucking offset. And you know, why do I have it that way? Well, it's easy. I actually shoot it with two different mechanical offsets. Now, the first person that's going to comment this, because herder get a fucking Wilcox box. I would love a Wilcox box if they were easy to obtain and I could fucking warranty it the same way that I can warranty Aimpoint products. It would be worth my fucking time. Now, the second person's gonna be like, oh, well, EOTech makes one that's got 300 Blackout and it's got the reticles are built into it, and it's stupid to run an offset. I agree with you. It is stupid to run a fucking offset. But also, the EOTech doesn't do the same fucking thing, because if I zero, say, 110 barns to go and fucking hunt hog or shoot whatever I'm hunting, and I want to shoot a 220, say 220 grain, say I want to shoot my 110, I want it zeroed for 100 meters. Or I want it zeroed for 50 meters. But then my 220 grain, I want zeroed for a different fucking mechanical offset. You can't do that. It's gonna be fucking theory based. So here we are, talking about two separate mechanical offsets, to where in an actual real life application, because I can tell you that I went and hunted hogs and I killed a bunch of fucking hogs, shooting 110 barns with a 100 meter fucking zero, and then I had a fucking straight up, you know, 20 meter fucking zero for 220s. Point of impact. I've done it. It works for me, because big shocker, I actually shoot my fucking guns. So today I'm gonna kind of show a little bit about that and kind of how I have it set up. And I think I probably only brought 220, so half of this video is going to be worth a fuck. But I'll show you how it works. So, all right, let's look at it. So here is the current setup on this gun. 9-inch fucking Spear LT, Comp M5 on the top, acro on the side. This is going to be the Castle FR-226, and I do have a diving board, or whatever the fuck you want to call this thing, laser board, with the end gall on it up top. And I am running a mod light up front, but I also have a Silencer Co. Chimera 300 on this thing. You done? This motherfucker. So let's get some rounds through this thing, and then I can kind of show you why and how or whatever. How, what, where, why, or some bullshit like that. Yeah. First off, you're never getting my M3, motherfucker. Okay, so 220 grain, 300 Blackout. Now, if you're not a 300 Blackout shooter, also you will note that I am shooting 300 Blackout PMags. These are superior when you're shooting larger loads. You can see right there, they don't get bound up. Okay. Ooh. So the idea behind this is that, for me personally, and how I fucking used this last time, you were on that same hunt with me. Yeah, you watched me kill all the hogs. So the idea is, the way this is set up for me specifically, is I run the board to keep this up, the end gall up, my laser's here, and my white light, if I need my white light, I'm gonna come up on the top. That's gonna interfere with the laser, right? But I run my light a little bit further forward, and that way it doesn't get much shadow. Not an issue, because let's be real, I'm using night vision. Also the reason why I'm using a fucking 19-foot tall fucking mount on this. So the idea is I would run 110 grain Barnes in my primary magazine, and I would be able to fucking hit, I would have something 0 to 100 meters, right? So this gun would be 100 meters, and I would be shooting. Then, if I were to come into another field or another pasture or whatever, where we're shooting, I would load out my other fucking magazine, which would be fucking 220s, right? And then I would fucking and then that way I have the ability to fucking easily understand this is a fucking 20 meter zero and this is a 100 meter zero for a different fucking load or bullet weight, projectile weight, whatever. So that is the reason why, or let me do this. That is the reason why you would run an offset. At least I would. Now, that's for this application. Now, say I am gonna go and shoot PCC, right? Which is pistol caliber carbine. I'm gonna shoot this during USPSA or Steel Challenge or any of the local matches. I would run this setup in a different application. I would have one that would be, both would probably be zeroed fucking 20 meters. That way it's point of impact, right? Boom, 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 boom. Point A, point of impact. So if you go into a weird position to where you need to get your gun into a different barricade or behind a different fucking, you know, whatever, barricade, fence, blah, 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 you don't have to try and get your shit in here this way. You can twist it. I know this is a lot of information for dudes who don't shoot, especially 300 Blackout shooters, but there it is. That's why I'm running an offset on this gun. And also, if you didn't know, Kastle Group, K-A-S-T-L-E, I'm part of Kastle Group. So I do make these, I do make the boards. We make all this stuff in-house, 100% made in the US. 99% of our stuff is made in-house on our own machines. We don't sub our shit out, and we kind of have some decent customer service so far. So if you're looking for another mount, threw my hat into the fucking ring, wanted a bigger, taller mount, or a 226 with some options and a diving board. So there you go, Fort Knox Podcast. 300 Blackout, Kastle offset mount. Boom.